Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Loddy's Locks. First of all, thank you to everyone that comes to my page to dislike my videos. I've broken even since I've gotten back from vacation. I've gotten just as many right as I've got wrong. And that bothers me. That motivates me enough. But then when I come and see haters disliking my videos, it motivates me even more to work harder and to do better. If you have a problem with my format or if you have a problem with my opinion or something I'm saying, then post a comment and we'll talk about it. But just disliking the video is as soft as it gets. It's just annoying because I'm wondering, okay, is there something I'm doing wrong? If there is, let me know so I can do better. So big thank you to all the haters because I do this for fun. I don't get paid to do it. So there are some days where I'm like, do I really want to post my pics? But then when I see the dislikes, there's no way that I won't be posting my pics when I see that kind of hate. So big thank you to the haters. Now for my locks, and I have lots today. First lock, Chicago Bulls plus 10 on the road in Miami. So just a few days ago, the Heat beat the Bulls by 14 in Chicago. Simple logic would say if the Heat won by that many on the road, they should win by even more at home. But we know that's usually not the case. The NBA started doing this last season and they've doubled down this season, and I love it. They have teams play their season series within a couple weeks, or in some cases, a couple days. It just makes the games a little more interesting. One trend I've noticed in this new format is that the losing team usually does better the second time, unless the better team just barely won the first matchup, and I'll give you some examples in a minute. Then in those situations, the better team in the next game tends to win by even more. But when one team blows the other team out, and then they play again the next week or whatever it is, the team that was blown out tends to respond well. Just look at the Bulls Cavs matchups over the past couple weeks. The Bulls blew the Cavs out in Cleveland. Cleveland came back and beat the Bulls in Chicago just the other day. Or the Jazz Wolves matchup, where the Jazz barely escaped with a win in Utah, then went a few days later to Minnesota and blew them out. Also, the Bulls are actually one game better on the road than they are at home, while the Heat are two games better on the road than they are at home. Lock number one, Chicago Bulls plus 10 in Miami. Lock number two, New York Knicks plus 7 at home against the Dallas Mavericks. Knicks have lost 10 straight, so you have to think they'll get up for this game. The Mavs have been atrocious on the road. They only have 4 wins on the road all season. At the same time, the Knicks only have 4 wins at home. 17 losses versus the Mavs, 20 losses on the road. But the last time the Knicks won at Madison Square Garden was December the 1st. Let me say that one more time. The last time the Knicks won at Madison Square Garden was December the 1st, whereas the Mavs have won 2 of their 4 games on the road this season just in this month alone, including the only game they've won on the road by more than 7. Just one time have they won on the road by more than 7 this season, and that was also earlier this month. Smart money says New York Knicks plus 7 for lock number 2. Lock number 3, Boston Celtics minus 7 at home against the Charlotte Hornets. First of all, I like the way the Celtics play without Kyrie Irving. I truly believe they're a better team without him. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it's not like Kyrie's a stopper on defense. So their defense is arguably better. And offensively, the ball moves more. The others get involved more. The offense is a lot less predictable. They obviously don't have anyone that can close the way Kyrie does, but they do so well throughout the game, they often don't need anyone to close. Gordon Hayward has been a problem as well, but he has been productive in some games this season. He's had bad games as well, like the last 2 where he's gone 1 for 11 from the field. But before those 2 games, he went 6 for 10 for 18 points. So he's bound to have a productive game at home against a Charlotte team ranked 18th in the NBA in defensive rating. I'm guessing that he'll play well tonight. Lock number 3 is the Boston Celtics minus 7 at home against the Charlotte Hornets. Lock number 4, Memphis Grizzlies plus 5 on the road in Minnesota. The Grizzlies are in the middle of an epic collapse, but really, they're probably exactly where they should be at this point in the season. They were overachieving at the beginning of the season. This is not a bad basketball team. They still have Marc Gasol. They still have Mike Conley, while the Wolves don't even have a point guard right now. No Rose, no Teague, no Tyus Jones. Covington is out as well. Minnesota won't have enough. Memphis isn't as bad as their recent results would indicate. And they, the Grizzlies, at plus 5 is lock number 4. Lock number 5, New Orleans Pelicans plus 8.5 at home against the Denver Nuggets. The Pelicans shocked the NBA world last night. 10-point underdogs in Houston. No Anthony Davis, no Julius Randle, no Nikola Mirotic. Even Alfred Payton and Etuan Moore were out, and yet they still won. Clearly, they're motivated by Anthony Davis requesting a trade from the team. Jahlil Okafor has been balling. Denver's record on the road isn't great. 12-11 on the road, 22-4 at home. They'll be without Jamal Murray tonight. We're riding the momentum in New Orleans right now and taking them plus 8.5 at home for lock number 5. Lock number 6, Washington Wizards to win at home against Indiana Pacers. I'm not going to spend much time talking about this one. Both teams pretty evenly matched, both without their marquee player, although a lot of people would make the case the Wizards are better without Wall. I don't think anyone would say the Pacers are better without Oladipo. They'll also be without Tyreke Evans tonight in a game between evenly matched teams. I'll take the one that's playing at home. Washington Wizards to win at home against Indiana Pacers for lock number 6. Okay, one more. Utah Jazz plus 1.5 on the road in Portland. This is related to the logic behind lock number 1. These two just played 9 days ago in Utah where the Jazz lost. I feel confident in this trend. It's one I've seen consistently all season long. The betting line would suggest that I'm right because after winning in Utah by 4, the odds makers could have made this Portland -3, and it would still look enticing for people wanting to bet on Portland. They have too much respect for Utah to favor Portland by more than 1.5 even though they're playing at home. Who knows? Maybe they've noticed the same trend that I have. The final lock for today is the Utah Jazz plus 1.5 in Portland. Let's get it. 7 locks. Let's go 7-0 tonight. Good luck to you if you're placing any bets, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow. One more thank you to all the haters. Love you guys as well.